Can someone please tell me what men have against using moisturizer? Do you like cracked skin? You like your knuckles to just bleed and be chippy? What's the problem? Put on some lotion.
No, a lot of dudes are just focused on work, and lotion kind of hinders the work for a lot of dudes.
Ladies, this is exactly how you can tell if a man is a bad man or not. You just say to him, all men are terrible. And if he disagrees and says not all men, then he's one of the terrible men. Because men that aren't terrible know that you are not referring to them.
This is Rich coming from the same woman who got mad at a woman that she met because a woman wouldn't tell her what type of boots she was wearing. She's not a girl's girl. She wouldn't tell me the dress or the boots that she was wearing. So TikTok, do your thing. She didn't want to let me know. So I had to come to the internet to get the answers that I needed. You think anybody wants to deal with you with that type of attitude?
What's the minimum amount of money a guy should make in a year?
I'd say like higher end, like six figures.
Shut your stupid ass up.
But like not 100,000 six figures, like six figures.
So like 500,000.
Yeah.
I told you that crazy.
What is your ideal age range in a dude?
Okay, so I'm 18.
Okay.
So like not younger. Like
I would
18.
hope.
Well, beggars can't be choosers.
I got 18 to like 20.
What is your ideal race in a guy?
I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
You don't have a preference?
I mean, I've dated. I guess I've only dated white guys.
Are you serious right now, bro?
And the minimum
That's
height
my-
that a guy can be.
Oh, you got me. Like 6'3".
Whatever.
Based off of those answers, the probability that you're gonna find true love is 0%.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
Anything to say about that?
I'm not surprised, but I'm still hopeful.
0% chance, just talking. And this is probably on a college campus. Yet these women continue to tell us that they're more educated than we are. With this level of delusion, they're not teaching you any classes on reality, on common sense. You guys are not taking any classes on statistics? How's that working?
I better pay attention to me tonight. I'm so sick of this shit. Oh my god. Touch a buy a drink. I mean, it's like very fucking simple.
They look cute, man. Dressed up cute. Hair done, makeup done. Men still ain't approaching.
Did that thick ass feed you today? Or she just sent you 2 attachments of that big old funky ass? Oh, okay.
Dude in the comments say, she ain't feed me or send me attachment. She hadn't fed me or sent any attachment.
Okie dokie, it's been fun today, but I'm about to hang out with the girls.
All right, babe.
Be back. Love you.
Love you.
I'll see you late tonight.
All right, be safe. What's up, baby? You forgot something?
Just getting in the car.
All
What
right.
you doing?
Nothing, babe. Just chilling.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, it's traffic out here.
Can I silent repost this? A dude in the comments said, I want to send this to my wife, but she gonna throw punch me. Again, can I silent repost this?
So this may trigger a lot of modern women. As you guys know, I don't care because I'm going to be the woman to put modern women in their place every single time. So a lot of you modern women really, really believe that a man's main purpose and his God-given destiny in life is to cater to you and make you happy. What are we talking about? It's not. It's not. And we as modern women need to change the narrative to what has this man done for me to what can I do for this man? What have you done for that man lately? And a lot of y'all be on the internet bragging like, yeah, I cook and I clean. And y'all really think y'all supporting y'all man. What are we talking about? This man was doing this before you even came into the picture. No, a man needs you in his life for the things that he can't do for himself. When was the last time that you actually asked your man, how can I better assist you with your goals and visions and aspirations in life? How can I be the best helper to you? How can I support you? How can I fill in the gaps in your life that you need? How can I support you the way that you need to be supported? Not the way that you feel like he should be supported, the way that he needs to be supported. If you're not waking up every single morning thinking about how you can cater to your man and better assist him in his life journey, you don't need a man. And that's straight facts.
Why is it such a problem when people say that they want to stay attractive for their partner? Because the whole thing about, well, if you really love the person, no, if you really loved your person, you would want them to take care of themselves. You would want them to look their best, to feel their best, because ultimately that all means that they are doing their best in life. You want somebody that you love, that you claim to love the most out of anybody in this world, maybe except for your kids, but out of anybody in this world, you want them to be the best version of themselves. You also want them to remain attractive and attracted to you. So why would you not do the best you can to feel the best you can feel and look the best you can look? And people were like, well, love is not about looks. I'm not saying that. But being attractive to your partner and you being attracted to your partner. How many times do you look at your partner, their hair is done, their nails are done, or they've put themselves together, they've got a nice outfit on, they smell good. You can't tell me you're not super attracted to your person in that moment. You should want to feel the best you can feel and look the best you can for yourself and for your partner, and vice versa. Take the time to do it and just see what changes. Love you so much.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I am not being submissive. If you want to be with me, you need to be the provider. You need to be the protector. You need to make sure my hair is done, my nails done, my feet are done. Look at my yard. I need my grass cut every single week. Don't worry about how many bodies I got. That's the past. God knows my heart. I'm not gonna be cooking. I'm not gonna be cleaning. All that is your responsibility. Me and my kids are a package deal. Trust me, if you don't want it, somebody else will.
5 minutes into the date and I told this man that I was gonna leave because I'm not feeling it. The plan was to go get coffee and he got there 10 minutes early and texted me that he ordered his coffee ready. He's gonna sit there and read. I already thought this was weird because why are you getting there early and ordering coffee, not even waiting for your date? Once I get there, I'm walking up and I can see him in the window. He just waves at me. He waits to stand up until I walk into the coffee shop, go to the table that he's at, and stand at the table for like a few seconds. I said that we could walk around because I was like, I'm not going to want to sit here and have a conversation with this man in front of people that are like very close to us in a quiet coffee shop. He asked me if I'm going to order a coffee and I was like, yeah, I guess so. I already told him that I only like tea, not coffee. So I order my tea and once he turns the screen for me to pay, I look at him because I'm on a date. A man should pay. This dude is staring deep into his phone. I just laugh and I was like, you're not going to pay? That's crazy. I was already fed up with this man beforehand. Like, I knew that I was not going to like this, but I was like, you know, maybe I'll get a good story out of it. And it's not even a good story, but I'm going to share it anyway because he made a comment about how it was funny that I called him out for not paying. And I was like, well, sorry, I thought this was a date. He just laughed, he got uncomfortable, and then I got my coffee, and as we're walking out of the coffee shop, this man turns around, he's like, I've actually never been to Portland. He said that he's only here visiting for a week, and he's from Nevada. At this point, I did not want to have a conversation with this man. I did not know what to say. I was just stunned, so I just said like, oh. He goes on to say that he learned that the best way to visit a town is to go on dates and have girls show him around. And I was like, oh. Again, just weird. And you know what? If I don't want to be around a man, I'm not going to be around a man. So I told this guy, I was like, to be honest, I think I'm going to cut this short. Like, I am not feeling this. I don't want to make myself stick around on a date if I don't want to. And I was like, I kind of had a feeling that I wouldn't feel this beforehand, but I wanted to give it a try. And I was proven wrong. I should not give men more chances than they deserve. We walk around for like another couple minutes because he's asking me to like explain, and I said that he should have been upfront about the fact that he's only visiting, and it's fine if he wants to go on dates in a town that he's visiting, but he should absolutely make that clear. We matched 5 days ago. We didn't text much because I told him that I don't really want to text much before a date. Oh yeah, because before I said that I wanted to cut the date off short, he was like, so what's your life? And I was like, yeah, I don't want to talk to this man. I told him that he put the impression on that it was a date and he should have been clear about that. And if he's going to ask a girl for her time, then he should at least be able to pay for her $5 coffee, or make it very clear on dating apps that he is only looking for friends and girls to show him around town. So yeah, I guess now I need to make sure that men actually live in my city before going on dates with them.
You know what could have helped with that? Is if you would have talked to him before y'all got to the date. You could have texted, you could have FaceTimed before you could have got to the date. Y'all could have asked some qualifying questions before you got to the date. But y'all don't want to do no work. Y'all just want to get there and start talking. Y'all don't want to do no vetting. No pregame, no nothing. You just want to get there and start running your mouth. That's what you should have done before the date. You got up there, you want to put it all on him. You want to get mad at him. Oh, he's a loser. He should have told me this. He should have done that. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't. Next time, get on that phone. Open your mouth. Ask questions. This is what I'm looking for. Are you looking for this? So where are you from? Basic questions that anybody would ask. I mean, my God, if you have a job calling you to pre-screen you before they bring you in, then why don't you think that you have to do it? Come on, guys.
Stopping it from...
This thing down.
Y'all need to stop measuring people's success based off of the luxury cars they drive or the expensive jewelries or bags that they got on, okay? I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and almost every single person I know drives a luxury car. That does not mean that they're wealthy or successful. It just means that they're in a lot of debt, okay? How do I know? Because I know a lot of these people. None of these folks have not even $1,000 in their bank account, okay? And actually, when you see a person rocking an $800 t-shirt, that just means they're stupid. It does not mean that they're successful.
I don't care how mad I am at him, I'm still gonna put him in my mouth. Because regardless if he mad at me or not, I don't expect him not to pay no bill. So regardless of me being mad at this man or not, still does not mean I deny him. When that man still tell me to crawl to him, I'm crawling. Mad, angry face or not. And before y'all get in my comments talking about crawl, baby, you won't understand if you're not a submissive, okay? I like being dominated, and he does exactly what I need him to do in this bedroom, okay? So when he say crawl, I'm crawling. Because when I say I need something and I got my hand out, he don't tell me no. So I'm not telling him no, okay? I don't give a fuck how mad he is. You gonna still pay these bills. I'm still gonna toot this ass up, spread these legs to 2:45.
I take you to be my lawfully wedded husband. I promise to meet all of your needs. You know, except for in the bedroom. The kids have been difficult that day, or I'm just not in the mood. Like, mine are going to supersede yours at that point. I promise to always respect you. Except when you disagree with me, because I really shouldn't have to be making all these adjustments. I vow to support you in all of your ideas and your dreams. Except, you know, when it's something that, like, I really don't think is a good idea, or that you might not really be good at. That's a time when I'm just not going to be able to get behind it. Because you get that, right? I vow to always speak highly of you. Except, you know, when you've done something, like, really dumb, and, like, the joke is, like, too good to pass up, at that point, like, I can't really adhere to that. These are my vows to you, for better or for worse, as long as we both shall live. Until, you know, I get tired of it and I want an out, so I just tell all my friends that you're a narcissist so they, like, feel bad for me, and then I can just leave you.
Well, a lot of men would say that. A lot of men would say that's pretty much the gist of it. So about 90% of those you nailed. So I might even say 100%.
So just a PSA for anybody on EBT that has been paying for your nails, lashes, whatever it may be with your EBT card, you can no longer do that. No. I just went to go get my nails, lashes, and eyebrows done. Went to go swipe my EBT card, and she tells me they no longer accept that. So not only are they taking away junk food, sugary drinks, they are giving us all a time limit with how long we can be on EBT. Now you can get your nails done with EBT. So I had to use cash out of my pocket for my nails and eyebrows. So now I'm $100 short on my rent that I'm supposed to pay today. They need to figure something out, because this is not okay.
Let me ask you something. Instead of complaining about EBT, why not just use that energy to go get a job? Just go get a job. Let me tell you what you do. Instead of you making videos on TikTok complaining about EBT, make some videos for the employers talking about your resume and your skills. Let's see how far you get.
This is one of those things that a lot of women do not understand about their man, or they just flat out refuse to believe it. But the truth is that men are super attracted to the woman that they love in her natural state. It's why men talk about how they love it when their woman doesn't wear makeup or wears baggy clothes or wears her hair in a bun. It also means that he doesn't have to wait hours to go do something with you. And it doesn't mean that he doesn't like you all done up, because he does like those occasions, but he just doesn't want it to have to be every single day. And a lot of that has to do with just the fact that you're relaxed and he can touch you without messing anything up. He can kiss you without getting lipstick all over his face, and he can smell your natural odors, which, trust me ladies, men like.
You're a feminist, but as a man, how are you sitting on the subway when there are women standing? Yeah, right back to factory settings the second that equality hits. You wanted to be treated like a man, and now you're complaining about being treated like a man. You're a 27-year-old child that needs to take that silly, goofy nose ring out, follow God, and apologize to your father.
I don't care what anyone says, but the best relationships out there, a relationship where the woman is chasing the man and the man is chasing a better future for both of them. A man is so much better at leading, at guiding, at figuring out what is best for both of them. The woman is in her best feminine role when she's trusting the man, when she's trusting his guidance, and when she's following him and doing what he says. It's the best possible relationship, and you cannot change your mind. A woman who is feminine and who's willing to trust a man to lead her, and a good man who's leading both of them into a better future. That's it.
I don't with anybody who has that kind of mentality of like, I am the prize in any kind of relationship, because all that tells me is that you like to take and receive and you don't give. Or if you do give, it's only a manipulation tactic so that you can receive more, and that's really disgusting. I think that when people are in a true, like, committed relationship, it's a give and take dynamic. Like, I'm okay with my man thinking that I am the prize because he thinks that, but never in your life are you gonna hear me spew or utter those words, like, because in my mind, he is the prize. Like, I'm very lucky to be with him, and if he also thinks that he's lucky to be with me, then we can win.
Stop eating crab legs. How would you feel if somebody cracked your legs open and ate your insides?
You already know how the women in the comments are reacting to this.
Hey, my name's Chris, and last week I posted a pretty controversial topic about adultery and me being involved in affairs. And I've been getting the question a lot, like, how did you move past that? And how did your family handle all this? So one of the things that I did was first of all, I recognized that I was extremely selfish, and I had to take accountability for my actions. And then from there, I put myself in some intense therapy. I was involved in an intensive therapy, so I didn't do inpatient 3-dayer where you all only do therapy for that whole time. And then I still am involved in weekly therapy. I got involved in my church. I spoke about my infidelity out loud to a couple of women close in my life, and they helped to keep me accountable. And those women I would talk to regularly. They would check in on me. And by speaking about the problem out loud, it takes away, and bringing it to the light, it takes it from the darkness and takes away its power over you. So that was really powerful for me, was having those women to be accountable to. And then also being deeply involved in the church, going to weekly Bible studies, serving, and making this life less about me, because that's what I was doing, was being selfish, and was addicted to the selfishness of all of it, really, and the thrill. So I was serving others, and it helped put the focus on other people. And as far as my family, my kids, they did not know anything that was going on because that would be highly inappropriate and dangerous for them. But my ex-husband and I decided to put them into play therapy during our separation and divorce, and probably about a year after our divorce, they continued that, and which is very good. And recently, my daughter and my son, they're 12 and 13, and I recently have been very transparent in an appropriate way with my daughter, the oldest, because she's coming to an age where she is starting to like boys and wants to date, and it's very important to have that conversation with them about how dangerous it can be to put yourself out there and how you want to protect your heart and protect others around you. So I've had a very surface level conversation with her about the things that I went through, and I sat down with her dad, my ex-husband, and he was very supportive, and we did that together. So those are some of the things that I did to help start the process of healing and really seek freedom from the issues that I was dealing with adultery.
Honestly, I respect you for taking accountability. You know, a lot of women out here would have probably just blamed the man for it and said he wasn't giving me this, he wasn't doing that, and I had a reason. I had every right to do it. Instead of just saying, you know what, that one's on me. I need to heal. I need to figure out something to do so I won't keep on running down this path. I need to self-correct. Good for you.
Tailgate open? There's no tailgate party going on in sight, but this guy is just letting it all hang loose right now. Front wheel is definitely out. Let's see what this person's smoking. Damn. Get off the road.
I refuse to believe that this is real. This has to be AI. This has to be a joke.
So I was thinking about it, and I feel like the word fumbling gives guys way too much credit for the clownery that is being pulled nowadays. I think fumbling implies that you are playing the game. You at the very least know the rules. You're in the thick of it, and you caught the ball, and you tried to hold on, and you just like let it slip. Like a little mistake, you know, but you're still trying. Guys aren't even like playing the game. They don't know the rules. They're not like putting in effort. They didn't even catch the ball in the first place. They're over there sitting on the bench. Like the type of, it's almost like guys don't want to get into relationships nowadays. And like this whole male loneliness epidemic thing, I hate to say, I feel like it is in most parts entirely self-created. Like, what do you mean you like this girl but you won't text her? Like a lot of guys nowadays, they don't text you even like every couple days. They can't plan a date. Okay. When you're texting, they don't ask you questions. They show little to no interest. It's like people can't even carry a conversation. I mean, like, it is so easy to get a girl nowadays. I feel like if you just look decent and then are a decently kind person, like, ask her questions about herself over text. She will, like, probably be head over heels and be like, oh my god, this guy is so sweet, blah, blah, blah. Like, ask her out on a date. Plan a date. And then you're ahead of, like, 90% of people. Plan the date, go on the date. If you pay, 10,000 bonus points. You'll be like, oh my god, I'm gonna like actually date this guy. Committed relationship, and then you've locked it down. But the thing is, like, guys don't even do that. Like, it really isn't that hard. It is difficult out here.
One man in the comments said, you're so close to getting it, but yet so far away. Chad in the comments says, dear ladies, if this is a recurring theme, at some point, you've got to stop and ask, why am I attracting and choosing these men? Attraction is a mirror. It reflects what you're putting out there, not just your list of demands. If you keep on meeting men who don't know how to show up, maybe it's time to check the signals you're sending out. Now, Chad, why would they do something like that? That would mean that they would have to take accountability for the stuff that they're doing.
The girl in the black, I think I'm in love with her.
Go talk to her.
No. I keep seeing this video, and every time I see it, there's a woman's video stitched onto it saying, I wonder how often this happens to men. I wonder how often a man has wanted to talk to me and didn't because he got nervous or whatever. Well, this reminds me of a funny story. A funny story that behaviorally I don't understand, so ladies, maybe you can help me understand this one. One night, me and my boys are at the bar taking shots, having a good time, being stupid, being crazy, and then I start feeling eyes on me. So I look across the bar. So on the other end of the bar is this woman with her drink, staring at me. She was staring so hard, I'm in denial at this point. Like, she can't be looking at me because that's crazy. Why would you just stare at someone like that? Like, I kind of like gave a polite smile and she smiled back, and I'm like, oh, she's gotta be, but I'm still denying it at this point for whatever reason. In the middle of all of this, one of my boys goes, Iman, do you notice that girl staring a hole in you? All my other friends like, yeah, that girl is staring. She is staring you down. And I'm like, you think so? And they're like, you think so? Go over there. I'm not much of a cold approach type person. I'm not the type to walk across a bar or an event or whatever and be like, excuse me, I couldn't help but notice you. It's not my bag to approach like that, but I get up and I approach. And I walk over there. And as I begin to walk over there, I notice something interesting. I notice her kind of roll her eyes. Interesting that. I'm like, well, now I'm up. I'm in motion. I can't go sit down. That would just look weird. So I walk up and I'm like, hey, how you doing? I forget what I said, but she starts kind of like laughing and she's with some girls. And so now she's like tapping her girls and they're whispering. She's like kind of laughing and giggling and rolling her eyes some more and looking back at me like, yeah, sure. And going back to girl. And they're just like, and now I feel so stupid. I'm like, I'm confused. I have been deceived, bamboozled. It was the weirdest switcheroo I've ever experienced. And now I just feel dumb. But I'm here and I can't stop talking. I look back at my boys, they're all like, in the middle of this, on my shoulder, I feel this. Without looking, I know this is a man slap that means some sort of business with me. And I think it's probably because this girl has a boyfriend. I turn, he goes, yo, what's up? I'm like, nothing, man, I'm chilling.
Just hanging around.
He turns, it goes like this. Hey, yo. That's when I look and I notice there's a bunch of other dudes that he's with. All of them equally huge. These guys all get up. I'm noticing they all have on a lot of red. They all are mostly wearing red. And I'm like, great. I'm also wearing a cobalt blue jacket. She got a man that's here with his gang. I'm about to get jumped. All these dudes walk up and surround me. I'm like, great. The guy that tapped me on the shoulder goes, this is him. This is the guy whose videos we be watching all the time. This is Alpha Cat. And they all go, oh, Alpha Cat. It just so happens they were a college basketball team. I think they were visiting LA. They were playing somebody. We shaking hands. I'm in my element, taking back all my power because you just made me feel like a doofy. Yeah. What's up? Yeah, y'all called me on something light tonight. I don't even be in this bar like this. I was in that bar every week. Yeah, y'all going all the way this season. I don't watch basketball. I don't know. Y'all gonna be state champs. Is that even what it's called? Welcome to my city. This ain't my city. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, bro. They're like, yo, can we take some photos with you? I'm like, yes. So now it's pandemonium with all the flashing lights. In a scenario where cameras get to flashing, people who don't even know what's happening start recording. In the middle of all the pandemonium, the lights flashing, the DJ catches on. Now he hops on the mic. Alpha Cat in the building. And now I'm the man in this bar. Yeah, y'all gonna be state champions. Finally, all the flashing lights calm down. Me and the team say what's up, goodbye. They go back to what they were doing. I turn to the girl who's now completely sitting up, eyes all wide, eyebrows on the top of her head. She don't realize in that moment she gave birth to a villain. So you see flashing lights and a dash of fame, and now you're interested. It's funny, a moment ago, you were laughing at me. What's so funny? And she goes, wow, that was crazy. Like, so what do you do? I looked at her and I said, nothing. And I walked off.
This is part of the reason why men don't approach. Because women, some of them, in real time, will sit up there and change their mind. When the man is getting up and he has started walking towards them, like this brother here has described, they'll say, oh yeah, I gave him choosing signals and he was coming up over to me. But then as it got closer, he looked like a lame. And so I just completely turned off. And ooh, girl, right then and there, I said I didn't want him bothering me or talking to me. And so right then and there, I just decided, he ain't the one. So I rolled my eyes and I started laughing at him in his face. Oh, we clown them boys, girl. How do you know that they would say that? Because they can't keep their mouth shut. And so they get on TikTok, on other social media platforms, talking about what they did. So a man no longer has to guess anymore, because this is what they're doing, running their mouths and wondering why men know the game. How do they know our secret? How do they know what we're doing? Because you won't be quiet. That's it.
Men are such losers. Like, I think it's hilarious how I made a video saying, like, I don't want ugly men in my DMs. And they're like, okay, Blake Griffin. Shut your bitch up, Blake Griffin. Okay, so we're two light-skinned with freckles. Like, and if I do look like him, what's your point? I still don't want your ugly ass in my DMs, ho.
It's funny how these women can talk trash, but when a man hits back, when a man says something back, then all of a sudden you're upset. Take it on the chin.
This question is for the men. If you are at a service station and you see a woman pulled over with the hood up on her car and she's having car problems, would you go over to her and ask her if there is anything that you can do to help?
Absolutely not. And it has nothing to do with chivalry or wanting to make sure a woman is safe. Men are logical in their thinking, so they have to weigh the pros and the cons. And it's not a lot of pros. I mean, I'm sure there's a scenario where most guys would help out, but the circumstances have to weigh heavy in his favor. For example, if it's nighttime, you're cooked. If it's a bad neighborhood, you're cooked. If anything feels sketchy or off, you are cooked. First thing I'm thinking is, why didn't she go inside and ask the clerk at the service station for help? As someone who grew up in Baltimore, the DMV, Brooklyn, I also understand that one of the easiest ways for a man to get robbed is to set a woman as a decoy. Does this woman have a husband, a boyfriend, or a crazy ex? I've seen situations where a dude will help out a girl, then some not so random dude come up and whoop his ass. You see it in domestic cases all the time. A girl's getting knocked upside the head by her man, then some dude comes and helps out. If the boyfriend shoots the new guy, she's going to leave with her man. Even if the new guy beats up the boyfriend, she's going to take up for her man. Because every time a man decides to help a strange woman, he has to consider all outcomes and his safety first. And some of these men that are helping out are also husbands, boyfriends, brothers, sons, and fathers. And ladies, you want your man to come home safe to you, right? You don't want to be a widow because your man played hero to a stranger. If the situation is that dire, why isn't she on the phone with her man or her brother or the emergency service or the cops? Now, if she's stranded, I'll give it a second thought. But at a service station, absolutely not.
Thank you. And this is the type of stuff that men be thinking about. When y'all say, how does it feel to walk around with not a care in mind, no thought? Just walk around free, not worried about danger. He's telling you right now, this is what men worry about. This is what men are constantly assessing. Just because you guys don't understand men and you don't live in a man's world doesn't mean that men don't think about things and process things. It's just not the same way that you do. But you guys would know that because you don't care.
This article is from the New York Times. It's by Rachel Drucker, and I had seen some videos about it on my FYP this morning. So I finally downloaded the New York Times and subscribed because I really, really wanted to read it based off of the reviews and just some of the things that were. Firstly, she starts describing something that she has been noticing as she is out and about in the world. And that thing is how she sees women communing and being together and living life together. And versus the stark absence of men. She doesn't see men out on dates or with each other. And it's something that it's not like this big shock. It's more of this unveiling of what is happening in our society. And then she goes on to talk about, dating and how we've gotten here and what maybe that's led to. And she talks about how there's no curiosity anymore. And the curiosity part made me really think about some things that I've read by Bell Hooks. And if you know anything about Bell Hooks, she talked a lot about love. And something that I've learned from Bell Hooks is that love is the ability to be curious. And so when somebody approaches me with curiosity, I feel loved because they're wanting to know. And then she coins this thing, this descriptor about what it's like to be in dating relationships with men, and she says she calls it directionless orbiting. And basically that's what men do, is they orbit around you, but there's no clear direction. It's very vague, it's very avoidant, and it makes so much sense to call it directionless orbiting because that is what it is. There's no end game, there's no goal, there's no path. It was just a really, really good article, and I highly, highly suggest everybody go read it and reread it and really sit with it, journal about it, share it with your friends. Maybe it will change, maybe it won't, but I'm glad she wrote it.
So I'd say a couple of things. Do you ever think that the directionless orbiting, as you called it, is not really so directionless? Like, you make it seem like men don't have a goal, they don't have something in mind, when they actually do. A lot of times they're just looking for an opening, and you haven't given them the opening. That's what they're looking for. But because a lot of women, even though they think they do, they don't actually give men any signals. They don't actually give men any opportunity to come and approach them without fear of significant backlash. You also have to think about, well, these men aren't curious anymore. What is to be curious about? I mean, even now, like saying everything online, there's nothing left to be curious about. Your chest is out, your behind is out, literally, quite literally, every part of your body is out, and it's for sale. And then not only are you showing everything, you're flaunting it. It's one thing to like have it out there, but it's another thing to say, yes, this is not a mistake. I recognize that this is out there, and I'm going to keep on doing it because that's what I want to do. And if any man should open his mouth to say he's not really feeling that, then he's insecure. What's there to be curious about? You've told us all we needed to know, and we're staying away.
Lies some women tell other women. Number 1, being married makes you a pick-me. No, it does not. The phrase pick-me was created by some women who are not married, who want to be married. So how do they make themselves feel good about not being married? Label people who are married as pick-me. Number 2, that all men cheat. No, they do not. People say that because it makes them feel good about not being married. Oh, I'm not going to be in a relationship with somebody who cheats. People cheat. Men cheat. Women cheat. I'm not disputing that. But not all men in marriages cheat. Not all women in marriages cheat. And finally, that being married makes you a slave. Hey, if you're single, you got to cook and clean. If you're married, you got to cook and clean. It doesn't make you a slave. Don't believe the propaganda.
I appreciate you saying this. It was a clip that I did where a woman was talking about all of the tasks and the chores that she did, knowing full well. And by the way, the tasks and the chores were like loading the dishwasher, unloading the dishwasher, loading the washing machine, unloading the washing machine, loading the dryer, unloading the dryer, folding the clothes, going to grocery shopping, unloading the groceries. Like, man, come on. It's a different day and age. All of that stuff you're talking about is darn near automated. You can do all of that easy, no problem. It's just y'all want to sit up here and complain and stack up that you're doing more than the man. Y'all do a whole bunch of nonsense. Y'all think because y'all put flowers on the wall, oh, I put flowers on the wall, I put a ribbon over here, and all of it looks nice. That's why they like, oh, that's why I'm doing my makeup, and that's the effort. I went and picked out a dress. I went shopping the whole week. You didn't have to do all of that. I'm thankful that you did, but you didn't have to do all of that. This is what I need from you. But I did this. Great, fantastic. You did it because you wanted to, not hold it over my head. Why is it that when you do something, a man is supposed to recognize everything from point A to point Z, but when a man says, wait a minute, I did this, well, you ain't do it out of the kindness of your heart? Ugh, gross, I got the ick. This man is trying to use me for my body. No, but I would expect if I'm treating you right, then you would want to become exclusive. And then as a part of exclusivity, we have access to more things. We could do more things as a couple. That's what I would expect. That's the natural progression of a relationship. But you want me to continue to pay over and over again and continue to pour in and invest over and over again while you sit up here and do nothing. That's weird, bro.
The other thing he would do is he would hold her like a football, starting like 4 to 6 months old. We noticed that about fathers. What they're doing is they're giving a child a view of the outside world that they have. Mothers tend to bring close, hold within, and we know from data that fathers have a powerful impact on how children relate to the outside world. So their understanding of boundaries, of what's appropriate, what's not good to do. So we know, for example, that dads tend to do more play roughhousing with kids. It's helping them learn how to regulate heightened emotions in a way that's controlled. So it's linked to children having stronger peer capacities. As children age, fathers are also the ones that tend to call them names more tease them. Yeah. And moms are like, stop it, knock it off, right? And it's as if dads have a sense, I want to help them figure out how to navigate this outside world.
My dad used to always say to me when I was growing up, well, me and my brothers, If you can handle me, you can handle anybody. And he was very tough. It wasn't, he wasn't like, oh man, if you can handle me, boom, knock you upside the head. He didn't do that. He wasn't that type of father. He was just, in some situations, he was very hard to deal with, and he wouldn't back down, right? Where, maybe a woman would expect you to say, and good on my mom for allowing him to do that. But, in some situations where he was, oh, I'm so sorry I did that. He's like, no, I'm doing this because of X, Y, and Z. Because when you get out there, this is what's going to happen for you. And, even to this day, I still ask my dad questions. I just call and ask him, or just show up and ask questions anytime, day or night, literally, almost quite literally, unless they're asleep. And even if they're asleep, my dad's still like, just call, I could show up and he's like, hey, well, what do you need? Oh, I thought you were your brother or something like that. Well, if you need a place to stay, we got the bedrooms upstairs, or, you can clean that room out right there in the den, and you can stay there if y'all need it. Y'all know y'all always got a place to stay, right? But this is what men do for their children, not just daughters, not just sons, for their children, because they know the world is a certain way. A lot of women see the world, and I'm not hating on them, they see the world from a certain lens. And that's why you need a woman's perspective to say, okay, cool, I didn't recognize that, or that's something that I recognized. It's just not something that I pay a whole lot of attention to, because this is how I navigate the world, right? So when you have a mother and your father contributing equally to the child's development, then it creates more of a balance. But too many times we have people in the world talking about how we don't need men, and you see the effects of that. Man is going to help you, like she said. I'm glad she said that. It's fantastic. Man's going to help you to set boundaries. He's going to help you to see the boundaries. He's going to help you to see the environment, avoid certain things. That's why some of these videos that women are in trouble. I think I did a video, or I looked at a clip of a woman outside of a club, and she was essentially in a confrontation with a man that was drunk. And the man was, I don't think he put his hand, well, maybe he did. I can't remember. It wasn't caught on camera. But anyway, he was very confrontational. He was standing right there in her face, her and her friend's face, not moving, just, kind of calling them names and being antagonistic. You could say he was mishandling them in a way that he shouldn't. He was harassing them in a way that he shouldn't. A father might have said, get in that car instead of standing your ground. I mean, obviously have the pepper spray, but get in your car. Do not stand your ground. Call me, call the police, call your brother, call somebody. I'm on my way. And it would have been handled. He'd have been doing all that rah-rah, this and that. But I'm telling you right now, if you put your hands on my daughter, you're going to have some problems, sir. But he would have taught her, this is how you navigate the world. This is how you get out of conflict. This is how you minimize conflict, right? That's just how fathers think. Well, men are dangerous. No, I know that people in general, I know the world can be dangerous. And so that's why I say, if you can avoid it, then avoid it. But if not, here's what you do. Always be prepared for this. That's just the way that men think. That's it. So this is a very important message that I wish a lot of women would actually listen to and comprehend.